10 things I wish I knew before becoming a substitute teacher. Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I decided I wanted to talk about things that I wish I knew before becoming a substitute teacher. I even went to school for education. So education is one of those things where like we could go to school for it. Even if you didn't go, you'll understand this if you didn't go to school for education, but education is, and working in a classroom, you need to experience being in the classroom more than you do like being in the textbook learning about the classroom. It's amazing at this job. You learn from experience. Like now all jobs, yes, you have to learn from experience and do your best and stuff, but like a lot of the times like things happen that like you're not taught in school about. So anyways, I have 10 things that I was shocked that happened to me when I started substitute teaching. And let me know in the comments if you have anything similar to these. Okay, so number one was setting expectations. So I did not set my expectations right away. And Gracie, what are you looking at? I don't know. But anyways, setting expectations is something that I did not do right away. And I quickly realized how much the students were taking advantage of me and walking all over me. And I quickly had to jump in and say, hey, we are working hard today. You can do this, and then you can have 10 minutes at the end of the period to talk, or you're going to work hard today. Respect everyone, respect your objects in the classroom. I'm going to respect you, things like that. And I will link an expectations video that I did to help with that. It just really helps set the tone for your class. Okay, number two, students won't always be honest with you. Okay, so I'm sure you have heard the phrase,
but the teachers let us do this, or that's what our teacher does it, or that's how our teacher does it.
Whatever. And sometimes it's just a lie from them. And they just want to get away with whatever they want to do for the day. They think that because you're a sub, they can get away with doing things. And no, if you set your expectations correctly, they won't do that. Or if they do that, don't let them do whatever they're asking to do. And just a little tip, if they're asking, say like, hey, can we go to the library? And it's just like a random day. Just call down to the library and see if the librarian's there. Or you can call, if they ask to go to another teacher's classroom, call and see if the teacher is available before you go, and then just say no. If they can't, or they need to do their work, no. Okay, number three, your job may be changed to another one. This one is one that frustrates a lot of substitute teachers. So we pick up these jobs, crazy. We pick up these jobs, and next thing you know, like they don't tell us that we're changing from math to a reading teacher, or we have to change schools, or you're dressed like an English teacher and you're in physical education for the day. Like it's a job that you just have to be really flexible in, and you can be honest and say no. I find that's hard to do. So like be careful and choosy when you do it. So like, for example, if you know you're not comfortable in special education and you know that they're going to put you in life skills, and say there's a student in there who needs their diaper changed and you just don't feel comfortable around that, you can say that. You can say, I don't feel comfortable. Is it okay if I keep what I was doing? Because that's what I was expecting. And hopefully they will say, yes, that's fine. We'll put someone else there, or they may have to put you there. But when you're in with the paraprofessionals, just say you're not comfortable changing diapers or whatever. They should be the ones really to do it, in my opinion, because they know the students. And, I think I'm on 4. You will be asked to cover classes. So yeah, it's not fun, especially when you need a break. And during 2020, I actually had the secretary bring me my lunch because I had no breaks. But that was then. This is now. Unfortunately, we still do need to cover classrooms. It's not as bad. It's just something that we have to be flexible on. And again, you could say no, but that's kind of putting the school in jeopardy there, especially because they need a teacher in the room. So just keep that in mind. Number 5 is not all the time will you get sub-plans. So this one makes you panic. And it's not fun, especially because you're like, great, now the students are going to be like super obnoxious today and not listen to me. Like, I don't know what to do. Well, I have a video that I'll link down below for no sub-plans and what to do with that. But don't panic and survey the room, see if there are any textbooks that you can go through. See if there's anything like on the desk that gives you a clue about what you're doing, what the students are doing, excuse me. When the students enter the room, a lot of the times now they are on, I was going to say social media. Of course they're on social media, but they're on their computers and laptops, whatever it is that they have. And everything is electronic. So you can say, hey, what can you pull up Blackboard or can you pull up Canvas and whatever, and it's going to be right there for you. So that is a plus, I will say, for when you don't have sub-plans and a student comes in and you ask and they're like, yeah, sure. Then you know exactly what to do. I never took a picture because I didn't want that to come off like weird, but I wrote down like what they were doing from a student's laptop. That way, like, I can tell the next class what they're doing. So ask whatever questions you have. This one sounds silly, but I was like scared to ask questions. I think especially if I was like brand new, I knew no one, and I was like, I don't know if I'm being annoying or not. And I didn't ask any questions, and then like students would act out or something went wrong. Something always went wrong when I didn't ask a question. So it's always important that you ask. Asking's for free. They can say no if it's a yes or no answer. And the other teachers, the secretaries, the principals, they have the answers. So ask, and they're there to help. I promise. You are going to be asked a lot, who are you today? And it's going to be very annoying. It's like, who are you?
I'm me. Stop asking.
You have to make decisions on the fly. Making decisions on the fly is definitely part of education. We just have to make choices, especially like if students are going in the wrong direction, their like behavior is really bad. We have to go on the fly, right? Maybe they're done with their work. They are done with their work and they are starting to act up. Well, it's like, okay, like, oh, shoot, we have 7 minutes. Think of a game really quick, then go, okay? Things like that. So yeah, just so you know, you're always having to think on the fly, and you're going to be making 100,000 bajillion decisions in one single day, and you're going to go home exhausted, mentally exhausted. It is okay to make mistakes. Just make sure that you own up to it. So not once, a million times have I made mistakes as a substitute teacher. I'm only human. And there was one time I thought I didn't have sub-plans, and this teacher wanted me to review because the next day they were having a quiz, and it was like a resource class. These students just had like general learning disabilities, and But her class was like a study skills class. So they were doing stuff on study skills and she was going to be quizzing them. Well, there were 2 desks in the room and I went to the one that had her name on it. And I was like, okay. So there were no plans. And I was like, great. So I just had them, because I thought it was resource class, I had them work on homework and I helped them with it and was like, this is great. They were great. Well, she texted me and she's like, why didn't you do like anything? And I'm like, there were no plans. She goes, no, they were right here on my desk. And I was like, oh, like, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was on the other desk. I thought it was a paraprofessional desk. So you're going to make mistakes. Okay. Just own up to it and say, you know what? What I said to her was, and still to this day, we're close. And she was like, no, it's fine. I just wanted to clarify. I just wanted to see if you were doing something different. Like, I didn't know. But basically I just said, I'm so sorry. I was looking for any lesson plans. I didn't see any. I didn't see rosters. I had to write their names down. She was like, no, that's understandable. They just had a quiz. I'll just push the quiz back. And I felt bad, but just know that you are human. You make mistakes. Just own up to it and you move on in life. And hopefully the teacher does too. And this last one is one where some substitute teachers get this in the mail and it bothers me. So, but it's a true statement, but it's almost like threatening. So you are an at-will employee. So what that means is that they can fire you on the spot. They don't like that you canceled at 3 a.m. because you were throwing up and had the flu.
Okay, sorry, I didn't want to get all the students sick and get more sick.
Right? Or maybe you swore in the classroom. That's probably worse than canceling, but maybe you were sitting at your desk at the teacher's desk and you had a phone call and you answered it and you got in trouble. Or the kids were taking a quiz and you sat down for 2 seconds and someone walked by. It's like, just know that you are an at-will substitute teacher. I'm sorry, you are an at-will employee and they can kick you out whenever they want to. I hope that this helped you and I will see you in the next video.